Anthony Joshua continuously gets called a coward and a ducker, particularly by Wilder fans, but deep down, can anybody really be naive enough to think that Anthony Joshua does not want to fight the best opposition that he can and create the best legacy that he possibly can get? Has he not been fighting the best opposition that he can at every turn? Vladimir Klitschko, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin. These are prestigious opponents and they have been around for a long time. And I mean, Vladimir Klitschko was obviously a legend. He was champion for 10 years. Obviously he was dethroned by Tyson Fury, but still, it is no mean feat to beat a man like that in the ring. Also, Joseph Parker, an undefeated world champion. And then Alexander Povetkin. His only loss came against Vladimir Klitschko, and he showed great heart and keep getting up in that fight, because Vladimir Klitschko knocked him down a couple times, but Povetkin continued to get up, but he couldn't do so against Joshua. There seems to be a trend at the moment. People seem to come out and call out Joshua and ask for a ridiculous payday, something that they can't even imagine to get. And then all of a sudden they go and fight someone else and say that Anthony Joshua is ducking them. They are just increasing their popularity and publicity to sell their own fights, to get more money for the fights that they are having. They have no intention of fighting Joshua. It doesn't seem to be about winning a world title anymore. It just seems to be about grabbing as much money as you possibly can in the sport and then heading for the hills. But that is not what boxing is about. It's about winning titles and creating a legacy. Obviously, you want to secure your family's future and your future after boxing, but still, you want to achieve the best things you can in boxing, and that doesn't seem to be happening so much at the moment. All these people who are calling out Joshua and don't fight him, they are obviously offered some kind of fight. Maybe it's not the money that they want, but they are being offered a chance to fight for the unified heavyweight world championships. And I mean, isn't that everyone's dream when they start boxing? And let me tell you this, if Anthony Joshua was a coward, he never would have fought Vladimir Klitschko, he never would have fought Joseph Parker, and probably not Alexander Povetkin. He's not a coward, he is fighting the best opposition that he can, the best opposition that will actually get in the ring with him. I mean, during negotiations, fighters have to be realistic, because if they really believed that they could get in the ring and beat Anthony Joshua and win those belts, then they would. No matter what the payday was, if they believed they could do it, they would do it. But they continuously ask for more and more money, price themselves out of a deal, and then say Anthony Joshua is ducking them, and continue to say this to sell other fights that they have. Meaningless fights, really, unless it is someone like Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte wants to challenge for the world titles, and he will someday, but he is keeping himself busy and improving his game each time when he fights fighters like Lucas Browne, who fair enough was slightly limited, but still, at the time no one really knew what could happen, and some people had Lucas Browne possibly winning that fight before the first bell. And then again you have Joseph Parker. His only defeat came against Anthony Joshua. He was the first one to take Anthony Joshua to 12 rounds, and Dillian Whyte beat him. He even dropped him once, dropped him twice, one was with a headbutt, but still, he managed to drop him. And then he fought Derek Chisora again. But there are so many fighters getting big and getting rich off of Anthony Joshua's name, and they're not even fighting him, they're not even challenging for the world titles, which is what they should be heading towards. But they're running, they don't really want to fight Joshua. They have a guilty conscience, so they call Anthony Joshua the coward when they are really the coward. But guys, what do you think? Is Anthony Joshua a coward? I don't think so. I don't know whether you do or not. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content.